He is either it or he is nothing. That's what Peter had to realize, and Peter was brought to that point. Well, I haven't done that. It's been all about me and what I could do and all the great things that I did. I lopped off Malchus's ear in the garden. That's arrogance, not realizing that this had to take place for Jesus to go to the cross so that he could die for mankind and to be raised again to give him hope. In all of Peter's boldness, Peter was very ignorant of the purpose and the will of God to send Jesus Christ to this earth to redeem us through his death, burial, and resurrection. Peter is realizing this now. The very God who was sent here to die, I denied him because I wanted to save my skin. And when Peter wept bitterly and he confessed to the Lord, Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you. Peter was restored. Now, Peter was restored because he truly repented of his denial or of his sin. Now, church, the Bible records in both the Old Testament and the New Testament two types of repentance. We don't have the time to go through the words and all of that, but there is one type of repentance that just says, well, I'm sorry I did it, but that's about it. We see that taking place with Judas. You know, Judas denied Jesus. Both he and Peter both walked away from it all. Judas betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. Peter betrayed Jesus just to save his own skin. Both had sinned. Both had fallen. Both had strayed away and denied Jesus. What was Judas's answer? In Acts 1 verse 18, now this man purchased a field with the wages of iniquity. That's Judas. And falling headlong, he burst open in the middle, and his entrails gushed out, and it became known to all those dwelling in Jerusalem. So that field is called in their own language Akeldama, that is, field of blood. For it is written in the book of Psalms, let his dwelling place be desolate, and let no one live in it. You see, Judas was just like Peter in many ways. He walked with Jesus. He witnessed the miracles of Jesus. He sat at the foot of Jesus when he was teaching and all of that. But I want you to notice something. When you go back and you read the encounter in the upper room, when Jesus had the last meal with his disciples, all of those who were talking to Jesus said, Lord. When it came to Judas, Judas said, Rabbi. That means he gave Judas respect, or he gave Jesus respect, but he wouldn't recognize him as Lord. You can be a fan of Jesus all day long, but it takes being a follower of Jesus to find salvation. That's the difference between a person who is just, okay, well, I'm sorry, but let the guilt take over without the grace overwhelming. Peter, when he had to confront himself and what he did, didn't go out in a fit of desperation and kill himself. He was broken. He wept. He mourned. In church, that's how we have to be. We need to mourn, as Jesus said, over our condition. Why wouldn't Jesus wept over Jerusalem? Jesus wept at the tomb of Lazarus. That's love. That's realizing what sin has done. Church, when we realize what sin has done to us, should there be any other type of response but mourning and a desire to get right with the Lord?